Hello, and welcome to a special preview of the Sherborn and Dover town meetings. The Dover town meeting will be taking place at the Linquist Commons building May 4th at 7 p.m. and the Sherborn town meeting will be taking place about a week earlier, April 28th, also at the Linquist Commons building and also starting at 7 p.m. I'm Dan Murphy, and so without further ado, let's take a look at what's in store for the Dover town meeting. So first up, we have a bunch of procedural articles for the most part. The first article of business is to just hear the various town reports. Article 2 is to accept provisions of Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 59, Section 5C and a half, which relates to property tax exemptions. Article 3 deals with the salaries of elected officials, and Article 4 deals with how those salaries are appropriated. Article 5 is the appropriation of funds for capital purposes. Fire and ambulance are seeking a powered ambulance stretcher. The highway department is seeking a sidewalk plow and brush machine, a 1-ton dump truck with plow, and a slide-in sander. The Park and Recreation Commission is looking for a utility vehicle covered under this article. The police department is looking at patrol vehicles, dress uniforms, and a message board / speed trailer. The school commission has several things under this article. They're looking for security enhancements, floor scrubber, a gym curtain divider, 25 Lenovo Chromebooks, and 8 HP laptops and docking stations. And the Board of Selectmen is looking at the Dover Library to replace upper level carpeting and paint the interior, as well as repair and paint the Protective Agency's building's floor. Moving on to Article 6. This article is to appropriate or transfer funds for unemployment compensation. Article 7 is to appropriate or transfer funds for accumulated sick leave for members of the police department. Article 8 will be looking at appropriating or transferring funds for the highway department and or highway improvement rather. Article 9 is regarding revolving fund use, and there are a couple of different departments that are affected by this article. The building department is seeking $7,200 for a gas inspector, $17,500 for a plumbing inspector, and $25,500 for a wiring inspection. The Board of Health is looking at $40,000 for perk deep hole inspection. They need $50,000 for septic inspection, $15,000 for well inspection, and another $10,000 for swimming inspection and permitting, swimming pool inspection and permitting. The library is seeking $5,000 for materials replacement, and the Council on Aging is seeking $14,000 for senior activities and transportation. Article 10 covers an amendment on membership to the Council of Aging. I believe they're reducing from 11 members to 7 members, as well as some others. Special non-voting members that I think are also changes to just how the Council of Aging is organized. Article 11 is an appropriation or transfer of funds for Carroll Community Center renovations. Article 12 pertains to the appropriation or transfer of funds for the Conservation Fund. Article 13 is to approve borrowing authority for the Regional School Committee, and Article 14 is for the authorization of the use of free cash for the Regional School District. Article 13 pertains to the school district more specifically than the committee. Article 15 is to amend the agreement with the Minuteman Regional Vocational School, and Article 16 and Article 17 are also related to Dover's relationship with the Minuteman Vocational School. Article 16 pertains to withdrawing from the Minuteman Vocational School, and Article 17 is to hear a report on options on providing vocational school to the children, the students in Dover who are seeking such school. Article 18 is to extend medical benefits to the families of firefighters who are killed in service, to make sure that they still have medical and dental benefits in the event of such tragedy. Article 19 is to raise and appropriate funds for use by the Warrant Committee. And Article 20 is to raise and appropriate transfer of available funds to pay unpaid bills for the town of Dover. Article 21 is to make supplemental appropriations. Article 22 is to transfer funds to make appropriations for the ensuing fiscal year. And Article 23 is about supplementing Dover's stabilization fund. And Article 24 is to approve the ballot for various town offices. So that's, in short, what are all the articles that will be discussed at the Dover Annual Town Meeting, which once again will take place at the Lindquist Commons Building, May 4th, 2015 at 7 p.m. So I hope to see everyone there. So moving on to the town of Sherborn. The Sherborn Town Meeting, once again, will take place April 28th at 7 p.m. at the Lindquist Commons buildings, and it begins with a standard procedural article. Article number 1 is to hear the town office reports. Article 2 is to transfer funds for unpaid bills, and Article 3 is to deal with budgeting to fix the salaries for various town offices. Most of this is generally the same as previous years, but there are potentially some changes pertaining to, I believe, Articles 14 and 15 regarding the accountant and treasury offices. Article 4 is to supplement line items, again tying into the budget. Article 5 regards funding highway improvements, and Article 6 dealing with various receipts that the town has received. Article 7 is raising money for the CM&D departments, fire departments, selectmen, and Sherborn School Committee. The CM&D department is seeking $180,000 for 2 one-ton pickup trucks. The fire department is seeking $45,000 for dry hydrant maintenance. The Board of Selectmen is seeking $57,000 for transfer station fencing, town building surge protection, replacing the carpet in the town hall upstairs, I believe, and for a study of the town hall parking and access. The Sherborn School Committee is seeking $200,500 for improvements to the school, and that's all the funding that is being sought under Article 7. Article 8 relates to capital equipment and improvements to the regional school. And Article 9 is to approve funds updating the GEO database for the town of Sherborn. Article 10 is about approving funding for the Sherborn Library. They're looking to make some renovations and basically just update the library and bring it up to code. We recently had members of the Sherborn Library trustees come in and discuss the project, and they're looking for your support. Article 11 is to engineer the intersection of Woodland Street and Goulding Street West. Article 12 is for the improvement and embellishment of the cemeteries in the town of Sherborn. Article 13 is to make adjustments to unused borrowing authority, and Article 14 is defining the finance director and accountant and some of the offices therein. I think they're looking to expand the role of accountant and combine it with finance department, and combine it with a role of finance director, and have that be appointed by the Board of Selectmen, I believe. Article 15 is to deal with appointing the office of treasurer in the town of Sherborn, and this would go somewhat hand in hand with the new finance director / accountant role, and there are some changes relating to that, which I am anticipating some discussion of at the town meeting. Article 16 is authorizing the tax collector as town collector for various roles. And Article 17 relates to the procedure for for town offices on how they would go about working from home. I believe this creates a system wherein they would submit paperwork to allow them to work from home, and what specific resources they would need. This is mainly to try to ensure that people continue to work on site rather than from at home, but allows for the procedure to do so in certain circumstances. Article 18 is to amend town personal administration plan. Article 19 is to adjust kennel bylaws and ensure inspection of individuals who wish to operate kennels for various animals. Article 20 refers to Chapter 3, Section 6.2.f, general bylaws, adding Recreation Commission, adding the phrase Recreation Commission after Town Forest Committee in that general bylaw. Article 21 pertains to the zoning bylaw of outdoor entertainment in the town of Sherborn, and rephrasing some of the bylaw herein, which may result in some changes to it. Article 22 is to change the rate of interest on accruing property taxes. And then Article 23 is the transfer of free cash for appropriations and fixing the tax rate. Article 24 is transferring from available funds to the stabilization fund, or for the town of Sherborn. Article 25 pertains to transfer from available funds to other post-employment benefits liability trust fund. And then Article 26 is to amend Section 565 of the special permits requirements subsection bylaws, and
subsections C and H of the zoning bylaws. So Article 26 will be amending Section 565 special permit requirements, subsection C and H of the zoning bylaws, should it pass, obviously. Article 27 is to amend a section of the zoning map. Article 28 is to create economic development overlay zone development in town center for better services and increased tax revenues and reduced taxes. And Article 29 is to create a town parcel study committee to assess ways of increasing revenue, reducing taxes, plus keeping the rural character of the town of Sherborn, which everyone's so invested in. So there are 29 articles for the town of Sherborn. That covers the majority of them. Once again, the town meeting will take place April 28th at the Lindquist Commons building located in Dover at 9 Junction Street. The meeting will begin at 7 p.m. and I hope to see everyone there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Dan Murphy.